So in this video, we're gonna learn more than 40 adjectives to describe different characters and personalities of people. And along with that, I'm gonna teach you a very useful grammatical structure which will be useful when you're talking English and having conversation with other people. And like always, I will give you a worksheet in which you will be able to practice whatever I teach you and learn more. So let's go. Before getting started and going through the words, I want to tell you a story that is about one of my friends. So this friend of mine was a kind of rich guy because, you know, he was old money. What is old money? It means he was rich because his father and his ancestors were rich. So he was rich, but he didn't like to spend money. And he was always saving, and even for himself, he did not spend and buy anything. I mean, he didn't spend money. And one day he met a girl. And this girl was from a very normal family, so they were not really rich. And since he met this girl, he started to show affection really much. That this girl was kind of tired of him. So in the end, in order to gain her interest, he started to spend a lot of money. He bought the nicest cars, a Mercedes, and a lot of other things. And finally, I could say he spent half of his money, I mean half of the amount he had from his father and all the generations. And finally, they broke up. Now, according to the story, based on the story, a person who shows a lot of affection to someone is called a person who is affectionate. So he was an affectionate person. And he was also not willing to spend money. These kind of people are called mean or stingy. Mean or stingy. So he was a mean and stingy person. And now I want to talk about myself. So actually not others, but I think that I'm an extrovert because I'm always energetic. Not always, but I could say 60% of the time I have energy, and I have energy to do anything. I'm really extroverted, and I'm not socially shy. I'm not shy at all. Just, you know, in some special cases, I might get shy. Now let me talk about myself. This is not what I think about myself, it's what others think of me. So I could say I'm kind. Yeah, who's not kind? Everyone will say that they're kind. Kind means when you are acting well towards others. So you can say you're kind. Yeah. And I think I'm forgetful. That's what I think, and what others also admit. So yeah, I'm a bit forgetful. Why? Because I lose everything. I can lose everything in my life. You cannot believe. I have lost my keys. Okay, that's natural. Everyone loses keys. But I have lost my mobile phone. Yeah, I've lost my mobile phone 2 times. And yeah, you know, that's why my friends and family always ask me, is your mobile phone with you? Do you have it? Do you still have it? And the other things that I have lost are bank cards, credit cards, and debit cards. What is a debit card? It's a kind of bank card, but you should have money in your bank account in order to spend it. I've already mentioned the fact that I'm moody. Who's a moody person? A person that is okay now, sad a moment later, or I don't know, You know, they have mood swings, like they're happy a moment, the other sad. Or I don't know, like this, you know. I could say I'm a bit moody. I'm also an optimist. Why am I an optimist? Because I'm always positive. So when a man or a woman is positive all the time, we can call them an optimist, but it's a noun. The adjective is optimistic. So if your friend is all the time positive, you can call him optimistic. And the opposite, the antonym for optimist, is pessimist. So when a person is negative, you can call them pessimistic. But when someone is not optimist and is not pessimist, we call them realistic. So they think about everything logically. So logically, and we can also call them logical. Like my friend, I think you've seen him in this video. Click on this video and you can understand who I'm talking about. Another thing that my friends tell about me is that I'm very confident or self-confident. What does it mean? It means I'm sure of myself, you know. I believe in myself and I'm self-confident. You know, I can speak in public, or I believe in what I can do and my own abilities. So we can call a person like this self-confident. The opposite is insecure. Insecure. So when a person doesn't have enough confidence, we can call him insecure. My friends and the people around me tell me that I'm not insecure at all, but I myself think I have a little bit of insecurity. And I'm a bit insecure, but you know, that's not really felt by others. So another thing, something that I don't think is true about me is that they say I'm independent, but you know, I live with my family. It might be the first time I'm telling this on YouTube, but I live with my family, so I don't think I'm really independent. Yeah, I have my own business, I have my own career, I teach English online, I have a YouTube channel, but I don't consider myself independent. I think I'm dependent on my family, and I don't think I'm independent. So you may not have understood what is the meaning of independent. So it means when you don't need anyone, you rely on yourself. So yeah, that's what independent means. Another thing that they say about me, but you know, only when I go to the barber shop and I have a haircut, is that they think I'm charming. Like I can attract people. I mean, I behave well with them. So they think I'm charming, but only after I have a haircut. But I don't think like that. I don't think that's true. And I'm not really charming, but I have a friend who is really charming. In my opinion, Brad Pitt is also charming because, you know, he's really attractive, he looks good, and he's really good looking. Now let me talk about my brother. So my brother is a bit rebellious. So what does it mean? It means he doesn't like obeying the things that the family tells him. For example, we tell him, be quiet, don't be naughty. I will tell you what naughty means. But he does whatever he wants. We can call these kind of people rebellious. They don't like to be controlled. They don't like to be controlled. We call them rebellious. He's also very competitive. What does it mean? What is competitive? Or who is a person? Or what are the special characters of a person who's competitive? So when someone is competitive, they like to compete with others. What does that mean again? So they want to compare themselves with others and they want to be the best in everything. So we call them competitive. My brother, yeah, he's really competitive. I just told that my brother is rebellious, so he doesn't like to obey anyone. He doesn't like to be controlled. Another bad kind of personality that my brother has is that he is stubborn. What does stubborn mean? It means he doesn't want to do as what others say. For example, if you tell him, do this, he wouldn't do that. Or if you tell him, don't do that, he will do it. So, he usually does the opposite thing of what you tell him. So these kind of people are called stubborn. By the way, I know that you're all here in order to learn English. If you want to learn English in a personalized way with our team, either you want to improve your conversational English, reading, writing, or you want to prepare for exams like IELTS, TOEFL, or others, you can easily send us a message on our platform and get a free trial lesson with me. If it is hard for you to do that, the link of our platform is in the descriptions. But if it's hard for you, you can easily send us a message on Telegram or WhatsApp, which you can easily find in the descriptions, and take a free trial lesson with us. My brother is also sensitive. I mean, he can easily get sad or happy, but it is usually a negative trait that we use to describe people. So he's sensitive, that means he can be easily affected. It means he can easily get sad, and I don't think it's good for people to be sensitive. Now let's move on to my dad, my father. Actually, my dad is a person who's really helpful. So it means we can get help from him, and he's really practical. He can help us in any case, either when you want money or you want him to help you with something. He's really practical, helpful. And another word that can describe the same thing is sensible. He's really helpful and can help you in many fields. My father is also very patient. So what does that mean? It means he is okay to wait for things. He doesn't get angry easily. He's very patient, and he's also calm. So when someone is calm, that means they're easy, they are relaxed and very quiet. They're not aggressive. When someone is aggressive, they get angry easily. They curse you when they get angry, and they're aggressive generally. But my father is the opposite. He is patient, but he's a bit bossy. So when someone is bossy, he wants everyone to do whatever he wants or he tells the others. So he's bossy. He wants others to do what he wants. He tells, do this, do that, and you should do, because he's your father. And it's a bit disrespectful if you don't do as he says. And they're older, so they have more experience. And I think it's better to obey your parents. He's also really reliable. So that means, again, when you want help, you can rely on him. You can count on him. So he is reliable and responsible. He's really responsible. And I think fathers are generally responsible. And let me be honest with you, he's really mature. Mature means when someone acts very logically and they act like old people, they don't have childish thoughts. My friends also tell me that I'm mature, and I could agree with that. I could agree with that. But sometimes, as I said, because I'm moody, I can't say that I'm mature. Well, we got back to me again. Speaking of me, I think that I'm brave because I like experiencing new things and, adventurous things. I think they add something to your life. They add experience to your life. And experience is the thing that makes you enjoy your life. I'm also energetic. Like I have the energy to do anything most of the times, not all the time of course. I'm not crazy, but I'm energetic. I can say I have enough energy to do anything. I can also say that I'm hardworking 90%, because that 10% is when I'm depressed or when I don't have energy to work. So I can say 90% I'm hardworking and also thoughtful and caring, because I take care of what others think and I don't want others to be bothered. So I can say I'm thoughtful and I care about others. So we call a person like this caring. What's more, I really try to be polite. I think being polite is a trait that makes a person respectful, and the opposite is impolite. And let this be a secret between us, I'm a bit disorganized, okay? And my mom is always nagging about it, and I'm sure she's right about it, but I can't do anything because I work a lot, so I don't have any time to organize everything, so I'm disorganized, and the opposite is organized. So these were all the words I wanted to teach you. If you want to have extra practice and more exercises and some additional words, go on our Telegram or WhatsApp channel. You can find the links in the descriptions. I have uploaded 2 worksheets for you. One is for the words that we learned and the other is for the next part. It's for the grammar. Sometimes you want to compare 2 items, 2 traits in someone or some people. So we use the comparative form. What is comparative? I mean, what are the comparative adjectives? In order to compare 2 things or 2 groups of things, you can use adjectives like smart, it's the normal adjective. In the comparative form, we say smarter. So, for example, Alex is smarter than I am or than me. If our adjective is short, we only add ER to the end of our adjective. For example, smart, smarter, big, bigger. And because we're comparing 2 things, we must use than before the second item, for example, or the second person. For example, Alex is smarter than the teacher. So before teacher, I used than. And sometimes our adjective is longer, it's bigger. So in that case, it's not correct to use ER. We don't say We have to use more before the adjective. For example, I am more hardworking than Alex or any other person. But remember, if our adjective finishes with ing or ed, for example, hardworking or tired, in this case, the only option is to use more. We cannot say she is tireder. We don't have this in English. You have to say she's more tired than her father. And again, if you want to learn more about this structure, you can easily go to our Telegram or WhatsApp channel that I said. You can find the link in the description and do some exercise, learn more about this structure. And I think you should download these worksheets because it's really hard to describe and teach a grammatical structure while walking on the street since there is no whiteboard. So you can easily go to our Telegram and WhatsApp channel and download these worksheets, learn more and have some practice. I hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time. Bye bye.